Behavior of steel fibers reinforced in self-strengthening recycled aggregate concrete in a steel tube. Summary: the recycled aggregate concrete has an opportunity to be used in appropriate ways so that cities do not accumulate a lot of constructed waste. The article aims to show improvement of REC and how it applies to different engineering applications. To highlight the experiment, A is agreement when recycled aggregate steel fibers and sublimate aluminate cement in a way that these fill into the steel so that column can be manufactured and create. A complete study was conducted for that were experienced in their begin conditional parameters: steel fibers, volume content, recycled aggregate used, water cement rate, cement type, steel tube thickness. Introduction: the rate has a smaller resistance to drying, skimmed, creep, and high temperature. The mechanical defect of rack come from between recycled aggregate and mortar. The mechanical behavior of a steel fiber reinforced rake is subject to the following conditions: compression, splitting, tensile, fissural moment, torsional moment. The majority of the experimental program are created by the 4-point begin test, by the 3 points begin test, or cantilever begin test. The parameters of the study are diameter to thickness, steel strength, concrete strength, shear speed. Experimental program. Test specimen. The variable at steel fiber volume percentage, recycled coarse aggregate, replacement rate, water cement ratio, cement type, steel tube thickness, material properties, steel tube, mechanical properties considered, strength adjust and ultimate elastic modulus, elongation rate after fracture, Poisson ratio, concrete, ordinal Portland type, sulfoaluminate type expensive cement, is used to prepare self-string concrete. In the study, 6 benchmark concrete mixtures are designed. 2 included 3 ordinal concrete mixtures and 3 self-stringing concrete mixtures. Test result and discussion. Specimen prepared measure of self-strength. Analysis of experimental process. Feature models. Test setup. The rotational capacity. Rotation capacity is considered to be greater than 3 delta. To calculate rotational capacity equation are considered with figure. Strength distribution analysis. The farther away the distance for the neutral axial, the faster than the moment versus mind speed. Longitudinal strain for. As the load develop the neutral axial, the move to the compressive region. So that compressive region reduces and the tensile region increasing and the development. Conclusion. The experimental and the study included the feature model, flexural capacity, flexural stiffness, rotation capacity, and the relation between the bending moment and the mid-span deflection. It can be concluded that with prepared assembly show create workability and strength. The increasing of recycled aggregate doesn't will lead to decreasing of flexure capacity. Adequate steel fibers increasing the steel tube thickness and the included initial self-string improved fissure capacity. Within the study, 1.2% volume content of steel fibers is recommended with optimal improvement. In steel, the self-string induced by the sulfoaluminate cement is beneficial to fissure stiffness. The sufficient rotation capacity meets the requirement of a string structure. Only one type of steel fibers was studied, so it can be concluded that is not suitable for other type of steel fiber. So that extends the conditional of the conclusion. More experimental analysis should be considered and complete.